Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Bae. Today, what are we making, Bae?
One of my favorites, we're making collard greens.
Greens!
The best. It's literally my favorite thing on Thanksgiving every year. I mean, one of them.
That sound right now is the
little burner thing heating up.
If y'all hear that.
So what we're gonna start off with is some chicken broth. To me, it gives the greens a good flavor. It's amazing. But I use the reduced sodium, so that's what we're using. I'm gonna get them opened up and I'm gonna pour it into the pot just because I got it kind of warming up and I don't want the pot to burn. It's not dirty, it's stained, it's ceramic inside.
That means we use it.
It's well used.
We ain't trying to look cute. You dig?
And we're using turkey today, but you can use any kind of smoked meat you want. I kind of fell in love with turkey. I used to use ham hocks, but I don't know.
We're trying to take the healthier route.
The turkey, honestly, have fallen in love with it. So these are what they look like. They're smoked turkey wing and the little drumette. So I'm gonna put them in. You're gonna want to cook your turkey wings for about an hour before you add your greens in, because you want them to get super tender and start to fall off the bone. And you don't want bones in your greens, so I don't like to cook it that whole time with my greens. I like to take it out once it starts to get tender, and I can, take it off the bone that way. We're also going to use 4 cloves of garlic. I've already chopped them, so I'm gonna get them in there. Get the real garlic, chop it. It's gonna give it a better flavor. So there's the 4 cloves. I'm gonna put that in. I've also cut 1 onion. I'd say it's probably medium size. I got 2 that are the same size. We like a lot of onion in ours, so good size onion. I've already chopped it. I'm gonna put it in there.
Those would be the sweeter ones, right?
Yeah, the yellow onions are gonna be pretty sweet. You could always use a red onion too. Just your preference, yellow or red. The white is a little more like pungent, a little stronger, so I like the yellow or the red in mine. I'm also going to add some more broth in there too, because I want it to cover the wings.
It does taste a lot better with the turkey though. Like we said, it's better than doing poke. So, if you're trying to live to the next Thanksgiving, I suggest you do turkey wings. Not them ham hocks.
And some people, they don't like pork on their fork, so
yeah.
This will, kind of be good for everyone. For the non-pork eaters. Another thing I'm going to add, even though we added fresh onion, is some more onion powder, because I feel like you can never have enough. You're going to want to really season these greens well to really develop that flavor. And this broth right here is what's going to flavor your greens. So that's why we're seasoning it now and getting it ready with the greens. We're also throwing some garlic with the onion powder. I would say that's probably like 3 tablespoons. And we're going to hit it with the same amount of garlic powder. Another thing that I love in my greens is smoked paprika, especially since we're not using the pork. I feel like if you're using ham hocks, they're a little smokier than turkey for some reason, so it gives it like a really good flavor. So I like to always add the smoked paprika in to help give it that nice smoked taste that you want when you make your greens. That's probably like 2 tablespoons. Then I'm also gonna add some black pepper.
Turn, made me turn.
So, funny story. I was making dinner the other night and I had just refilled this because we use a lot of black pepper. And I was making some soup because it's raining and cold. Jesus. And I was so mad. I did not screw the bottom part on all the way, and it fell into my soup, and all of the peppercorns fell into my soup.
So we basically had peppercorn soup.
The soup was really good, but it was really sad because the peppercorns were
all throughout.
All throughout. When I say all throughout, it was like I was and you were breaking your tooth on the peppercorn.
Why is this so hot?
So, yeah, sad day for us, but we still ate the soup, needless to say. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil this for an hour.
Do we need to stir that up?
I'm gonna mix it up. We're gonna boil it for an hour. And
for an hour?
Yes, for an hour. We're gonna come back and
high, low,
medium, high,
medium.
I have it on medium right now.
Because, you know, a lot of people like to just cook everything on high.
You don't have to. You just want it to have a boil and then bring it down to a simmer. So you bring it up to a boil and have it on like a good simmer. You don't want it to be too low because you want it to, you know, cook and develop those flavors. But you don't need it super, super high. And then today, I don't know, I guess because it's close to Thanksgiving, there was no greens. Normally I like to pick out my bunches because I like the smaller leaves and I feel like they're more tender and just have better flavor. But there was slim picking, so I had to go with the ones that were already washed, cut, and ready to go.
Where's this from? Equate?
Safeway.
Safeway.
And if I had to guess, this is what I would normally be cooking. Probably about like 5 bunches of greens. Maybe 4 or 5. I like to do at least 5. And this will fit in this pot. You're going to think it's not, but they cook down. They shrink. Add half the bag, then you're gonna add the other half in a little while. It's gonna all go down.
And it eliminates, you know, soaking them and doing all that extra stuff. All you gotta do is toss it in there and it's ready.
It's washed, ready to go. You don't have to like fill your sink up with water and like really scrub them, soak them, and get them nice and clean because
for lazy folks like us.
There is a lot of work to washing greens because they can be pretty dirty. They can have like dirt and then they grow from the dirt and it like gets stuck in between.
Gritty.
And nobody wants to eat that.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get back to y'all, what, hour?
Hour.
Okay.
All right.
And we are back. What are we doing next?
So I boiled it for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And you might have to add water occasionally throughout the boiling process because it does cook down. As you can see now, it's like separated from the bone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the greens to it. And I'm going to keep an eye on it because once it starts getting too tender, I'm going to take it out so the bones don't end up in there in the broth. So you just put your greens in. I did turn the pot down so you guys could see better, so it wasn't like bubbling and doubling.
Doubling like my chins?
Double chins, yes it is. So I'm just gonna like put them in. They're gonna start to cook down. I'm gonna put the lid on here. Then what you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna wanna like set it and forget it basically. You're gonna wanna just cook it on.
Let it roll.
Cook it on maybe like a good... like a medium heat. You don't want it to be like big, huge bubbles coming out.
Like I said, cook it on high.
Extra high.
Through the whole duration. Like, no. I hate when people do that. Everything on high. That means you're not knowing.
A nice, good medium
cut that
heat.
shit down.
And trust me, this looks like so much in the pot, but
it'll cook down.
It's going to cook down a whole lot.
It's like spinach. Kind of.
So it's leafy greenness of it's going to cook down and it's going to be amazing. So you're just going to stir it occasionally and keep an eye on those turkey wings. Once you see that they're like super, super tender, you take them out, let them cool, and you just take the meat off and throw it back in. When I'm at that process of that, I'll come back. We're just going to let it...
So how do you like your greens? Like the texture?
I like mine to be tender. Like, I don't like them to be like super mushy. But I do like them to be more...
Have a little chew to it?
More on the softer side, but with some chew to it. Because I don't want them to be... I don't want them to be tough, and I don't want them to be like mush.
Yeah.
I want them to have like some texture to it.
So what's the cooking time for this? About an hour?
Yeah, I would say an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Right?
The longer the better. It just depends on how high you do it. If you're doing it on a super low heat, you can go like 2 hours.
Yeah.
If you're going on a medium heat, I'd say like an hour.
Yep.
If you want it like a medium high heat, like same thing, like maybe 45 minutes. It just depends on how tender you want your greens. The longer you cook them, the more tender they'll be.
Yep. So we're gonna let it roll. We'll get back to you.
All right, guys, so we're gonna take a look at the finished product. We cooked it for about an hour and a half. I did add a little garlic salt off camera because the turkey wings that I got, they weren't that salty. You just gotta be careful, just taste it, because sometimes the smoked meat can be really salty, and then you're also using chicken broth, so you don't want it to be super salty.
We don't want nobody having no high blood pressure and dying on us on video.
So just taste it and use your best judgment.
That's pretty much how you make greens, though. You season as you go.
Yeah, you season as you go. I did add some more garlic, too. I tried to let it cool a bit so it's not steaming up the camera too much, but this is what it's going to look like. It's going to taste amazing, and you're going to love it. They are amazing.
I had a little sample. You know, my little sample.
That's what I always do. Like Thanksgiving, that's I don't really eat that much since I'm cooking all day, but
hands down, this is the best recipe. I'm telling you. I done been to some restaurants and I was like, what is this trash? You know what I'm saying? Like, people line up for. It's like, what are y'all doing? Bland, like, what? Don't even serve greens if it's not going to be this good.
This is simple and good. So,
simple, easy.
Simple, easy. It has good flavor. It's going to be what you want.
Everything.
So taste it.
So make this for Thanksgiving. Well, we're about to be doing another video tomorrow. What are we going to be doing?
I think I want to make some potato salad.
Ooh. I love me some potato salad. So yeah, y'all stay tuned, subscribe, do all that good jazz, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Peace.